Hello there guys, it's Stephen here and Phil alongside me today on FOOTY.COM. We're going to be taking a very close look today at a strangely lately announced Leeds United purchase because it's bold and it's beautiful. But before I go too far, you could win this Spain 2014 World Cup kit. Nice and golden and gorgeous. All you've got to do to enter is subscribe to FOOTY.COM and comment your size below. And we're doing a draw sometime next week on one of our social channels, so get entering. Anyway, Phil, this Leeds United home shirt, where do we start with this one?
Yeah, it's very late to announce a kit, and
I
was quite surprised. Yeah, it came out of nowhere. But there is a lot of good things about this shirt, and obviously Leeds are doing really well at the moment. So why not bring out another kit? Why not enjoy this year?
So we'll make the most of our success.
There is a little bit of that potentially.
A brief kind of soiree onto Leeds there. They're looking good, aren't they? And I love the fact that Bielsa is proving the whole thing about coaching having an impact. I think there's this misconception usually that coaching is kind of secondary nature to money spent, and it isn't always the situation. He's obviously gone there and he's just changed the style, hasn't he? He's put pride back to the club.
Yeah, Twitter's just been a constant stream of Leeds gifs pretty much this season. It is fantastic. But the one thing which will be interesting is how long will they last? Obviously, it's a very high intensity.
Famously burn out, don't they?
Famously burn out. But having said that, they look so good that I think they should be alright.
They've got a refreshed new kit option now. Yeah. Talk us through your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, there's some interesting details here. I think the first thing, and we talk a lot about cuffs, but these are really long.
They are
cuffs,
long,
which is interesting. And I think it's a strange decision. I really like the look of them, and I think it's a really nice change. But it's an interesting one. I'm not sure. I think my first impression was that's a bit odd, but actually now I look at it, it's something different. I quite like it. I think certainly it looks a bit like a captain's armband at the end of the sleeves, but it is nice.
It looks better when you see the pictures, which will be on screen now, when you see it on the players. It's different that. I mean, kind of like the way it ties in with the socks for what it's worth.
Exactly.
That's the little clever detail there, because obviously it's mimicking that intentionally.
Well, I think that's it, and you're right in context. Like a lot of kits, you look at them first and that's a bit odd, but then when you see the kit,
they're a full piece, aren't they?
You see what it is, and actually then it becomes something quite nice. So yeah, it's a really, I mean, obviously the colour as well, yellow Leeds kits, it's a classic colour for them.
Golden era for them, isn't it?
Yeah, we were talking like, for me, growing up, and in the noughties when I really got into football, Leeds are one of those teams actually that really stand out, and of course they always used to wear yellow kits.
I feel like I didn't even name that entire team still. That's how much an impact they had on me when I was growing up. They had like Robinson in goal, and they had like, obviously Ferdinand was there at one point, and they had, I think, Michael Dewberry as well, weirdly.
Yeah, Woodgate
as well. Then obviously the
Ian Hart at left back.
Was it
Danny Mills?
Danny Mills at right back. Then obviously midfield, you had like the likes of forward, you had like Viduka and Kuhl. There was probably more than that.
Olivier Decour, I see that was a big transfer.
Alan Smith as well. That was an interesting and very fun. You could go on forever, couldn't you? That Leeds team was basically like this weird, youthful, fun team, and that yellow away kit I always think of that era.
I'm pretty sure I remember a game against Arsenal when they won at the Highbury. I might be wrong, but I do have an image of Viduka in the Strongbow yellow kit. Yeah, there's a few good.
It's a classic era. I like as well. Once again, you always talk a lot about a simple colour palette, and they've gone for the three colours there, which is nice. It's clean, isn't it? And the sponsor fits in really well. And Kappa always tend to pay attention to that, don't they? For what we've noticed, you think of the Betis kit as well, where the colours were simple and they kind of didn't just get in the way of the kit.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It sounds obvious, but that shade of blue is spot on. You know, they could have easily tempered that down a bit or gone a bit lighter. It's a perfectly deep shade of blue, which is great. And of course, the other interesting detail is the pinstripes. I'm pretty sure Leeds have had this for other kits. I believe it says something along the lines of marching on together, or one of Leeds' own kind of phrases. But you know what? I don't. It's a bit cheesy for me, but actually, from a distance, you don't notice.
It's hard to notice. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even notice that.
It looks nice. I think it gives it that slightly more retro feel.
See, I like this kit. I think it's fun. I think Kappa tends to have fun with kits. I think they're always slightly underappreciated. As a City fan, I would love to go back to Kappa because I think they just play with kit templates a little bit, and it feels like a lot of kit. I mean, you'll know more than me because you pay more attention to it, but it feels like there's a lot of variations in Kappa kits, and sometimes you see one it's completely different to another team that they do. And for a reason, I personally like it, but your opinion as ever, Phil, it's the final one on this. And
it really is growing on me. Now, if I ignore the fact that it is a bit of a strange time to release it, I think this is a fantastic kit. And
actually, Christmas maybe, I don't know.
Well, that's it. And actually Leeds have one of the best set of kits in the country for me. They really do, especially their away kit. But this is actually really good, almost as good if I had to give this a score, I'd give it an 84, I think, out of 100.
That's
It's
a
very
solid
good
score.
Very good score.
And if you could have improved, what would you have gone for?
I think for me it would be really small things, but it would be, I don't really like the kind of the pinstripes having the text in there. It's a small thing, but I think it's a bit cheesy. And the only other thing I'd say is probably to really elevate it would be something a bit more interesting in terms of some sort of pattern or texture on the shirt, just subtly, not necessarily across the whole shirt, but something a bit more, a bit of flair, a bit of depth.
But still, it's definitely a nice, creative, and interesting shirt, I would say. Definitely is. I'm a fan of it as well, and I'll go along with that score you're giving. But anyway, guys, let us know in the comments what you make of this Leeds United shirt and what you make of it being released so far in the year as well. Don't forget, you can enter to win this player fit. This is a large, by the way. I'm about 5'10", so if you want to win this version, you can go for it. Just subscribe to FOOTY.COM and comment your size below. Anyway, guys, have a good day. In a bit.